The invisible cage. We live. Imagine waking up every day feeling completely free. Not just free to move, but free to live. No anxiety gripping your chest. No hesitation holding your tongue. No fear whispering, "Don't." Just you, confident, alive, at peace. Now pause and ask yourself, what would your life look like without fear? Think about the choices you didn't make because fear got in the way, the dreams you delayed, the love you didn't express, the life you never fully stepped into. How many moments of joy have you quietly walked past simply because you were afraid? You see, fear is sneaky. It doesn't just shout, it whispers. It convinces you to play small, to wait, to stay safe. But here's the thing. What you call safe might actually be a cage. Fear isn't just a feeling. It's a survival instinct hardwired into your brain, designed to protect you from danger. Thousands of years ago, this made perfect sense. Back then, fear kept our ancestors alive, warning them of wild animals, hunger, and rival tribes. But fast forward to today, and we're not running from lions anymore. We're running from judgment, from failure, from discomfort. The fear is still there, but the danger, not so much. Philosopher Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." And that's the first powerful truth. Most of our fears are illusions. Think about your last fear, maybe speaking in front of others or starting something new. Was it the event itself that scared you? Or the story you told yourself about what might happen? Our minds are masters of disaster. They paint worst-case scenarios so vividly, we believe them. This is called catastrophizing, when your brain takes a tiny concern and blows it up like a balloon until it feels impossible to face. But here's the twist. Fear of something is often worse than the thing itself. The thought of rejection is heavier than rejection. The dread of failing hurts more than failure. Even the fear of dying is sometimes more suffocating than death itself. So what do? We begin with awareness. The first step to breaking fear's grip is noticing when it's steering your decisions. Ask yourself, is this fear real or imagined? Is it protecting me or controlling me? Because once you see fear for what it is, a signal, not a stop sign, you can start to reclaim your power. Fear, the great pretender, voice, calm, steady, inviting trust. Fear doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers. It tells you, be careful. It's not the right time, maybe later, but beneath those quiet words is fear in disguise. It shows up as overthinking, as hesitation, as the endless scroll through what-ifs and what-could-go-wrongs. You tell yourself you're just being logical, just playing it safe. But the truth? You're not protecting yourself. You're holding yourself back. You see, fear isn't just an emotion. It's a pattern, a habit, a story we repeat so often we start to believe it's fact. At its core, fear is your brain trying to keep you safe. It's ancient, automatic, designed for survival. A long time ago, fear told us when to run from wild animals or hide from danger. It kept us alive. But today, there are no tigers in your office, no wolves on your Instagram. Today, fear is triggered by things like change, risk, vulnerability, judgment. You might fear speaking up, posting that video, starting over, saying how you really feel, not because these things are dangerous, but because they make you visible, exposed, human, and your brain doesn't like that. It says stay small, stay silent, stay the same. But let's ask something radical. What if most of your fears aren't even real? Psychologists call it catastrophizing. It's when your mind spins a tiny fear into a huge disaster. You miss a deadline? Your mind says, you're a failure. You stumble over your words. Everyone thinks you're stupid. You hear silence after speaking your truth? They hate you. But none of that actually happened. It's just your brain creating movies that never make it to screen. Roman philosopher Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." And isn't that the truth? Most of our pain isn't from what happens. It's from what we think might happen. But here's the turning point. You don't have to believe everything your fear tells you. You are not your thoughts. You are the thinker. You are not your fear. You are the observer. So the next time fear shows up, try this. Pause. Breathe. Ask, is this fear true or just familiar? Then ask the most powerful question of all. What's on the other side of this fear that I deeply want? Because behind every fear is a dream worth chasing, and behind every hesitation is a version of you waiting to be born. The illusion of control. Voice. Reflective, gentle, with a note of surrender. We like to think we're in control. We plan, schedule, forecast. We map out our lives like a perfectly drawn blueprint. But then, the unexpected arrives. A job loss, a breakup, a diagnosis, a phone call at midnight, a door we thought would open, quietly shuts, and suddenly, our perfect plan? Gone. We panic. We resist. This isn't supposed to happen. This isn't fair. But deep down, you already know. The truth, control, is an illusion. We don't control other people. We don't control time. We don't even control our next breath. So much of life is unpredictable, untamable, wild, and yet we keep trying to hold on, white-knuckled, tense, exhausted. But maybe life isn't asking you to hold on. Maybe it's asking you to let go. There's a Japanese phrase, shikata ga nai. It means it cannot be helped. It's not defeat. It's not giving up. It's the wisdom to know when to release what you cannot change, and the strength to face what's in your hands. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop clinging. It means you stop fighting the current and start flowing with it. Think about water. It doesn't resist the rock in its path. It moves around it, soft, patient, relentless, and in time the water shapes the stone. What if you were like that? What if you surrendered, not in weakness, but in trust? Because when you let go of needing to control the outcome, you open yourself to possibility, to miracles, to new paths, to becoming someone you couldn't imagine before. You learn to dance with the unknown, and in that dance, you find your rhythm, you find your power. What letting go really means, voice, calm, intimate, like sharing a hard-earned truth with a friend, letting go. It sounds simple, but it's not always easy, because we don't just hold on to people or plans. We hold on to stories. Stories about who we're supposed to be, what success should look like, who should have stayed, what could have been. We clutch those stories like old photographs, even when the colors have faded, even when they hurt to look at. But here's the thing. You can't write a new chapter with your hands full of the past. Sometimes letting go means grieving what never happened, letting the dream dissolve. Accepting the apology you never received, forgiving someone who won't ever understand what they did. And sometimes it means forgiving yourself for the choices you made when you didn't know better, for the moments you broke, for the time you spent chasing something that was never meant for you. Letting go isn't about erasing the pain. It's about making peace with it. It's standing at the edge of what was, taking a deep breath, and stepping into what could be. It's trusting that even empty hands can build again. Even a cracked heart can hold joy. Even in the wreckage, something beautiful can begin. Because maybe the real strength isn't in holding it all together. Maybe it's in learning to loosen your grip, to say, this hurt me, but it doesn't define me. I'm still here. I'm still becoming. Letting go doesn't mean the end. Sometimes it's the only way something new can begin. Stepping into the future with courage, voice, strong, uplifting, and hopeful. This is the climax of your journey. Now imagine yourself, standing at the crossroads of your future. All those moments of fear, they've led you here. And what you do next, well, that's up to you. Because here's the truth. The life you've been waiting for isn't a distant dream. It's right in front of you. It's just waiting for you to stop holding back. You've already faced your fear. You've already felt its grip. And now you're learning how to let go. So what will you choose? Will you keep running from the waves, or will you step into the ocean, knowing you've learned how to swim? Will you stay locked in the shadows of what-ifs, or will you step into the light of possibility? Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's deciding that the dream is bigger than the doubt. The hope is greater than the worry. The calling is louder than the hesitation. And the truth is, you already have everything you need. Every challenge you face is just another stepping stone. Every fear is just an invitation to grow. Every decision is an opportunity to become who you're meant to be. So, don't wait for the fear to disappear. Take action. Step forward. Embrace the unknown, even when it feels uncomfortable. Because on the other side of that fear lies the version of you who is capable of more than you've ever imagined. What would your life look like if you let go of the doubt? What would happen if you stopped listening to the stories that hold you back and started writing your own? I invite you to make that choice today. To live boldly. To face fear with courage, one small step at a time. To embrace the discomfort, knowing it's the gateway to growth. And if you're ready to take the first step, to move beyond fear and into your future, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below, share your thoughts, and let's create a community of brave souls stepping forward. Together, your next chapter is waiting, and it's going to be your best one yet.